Good morning. I think today is Saturday. Is today Saturday? It is Saturday. Have a wonderful Saturday, wherever you are. I got some sleep last night. I'm really grateful. I'm here at the campground and I'm watching the things bloom. I'm listening to the birds. I'm seeing that things are springing to life. And I wanted to share with you, because maybe you didn't know this, but I share a lot of yoga and positivity and really good things because my life is in a really great place. But you may not know that 10 years ago, I was arrested. 10 years ago, or maybe it's 11. It's 11 years, but now it's 11 years now. But 11 years ago on Thanksgiving, I was arrested, and I spent the night in the drunk tank in the San Diego County Women's Prison, and I was in a relationship where I was my worst self back then. I want you to know that, because if you see me now and you are just getting introduced to my videos and my chats and my content now, you would think, well, how can she relate to anything I'm going through? She doesn't understand my life, what I'm dealing with, and I may not know exactly what you're going through right now. I may not understand the minute details of your life, but I do know what it's like to feel hopeless and like you're really at the rock bottom place. I know what that feels like, because when I got arrested and I had really hit a rock bottom, with my alcohol use and my blaming everybody else in my life for my problems, I had ruined all of my friendships. I had ruined my relationship with my parents based on my attitude about life and feeling like I was the victim of everyone else's stuff. That's where I was at 11 years ago. And I wanted to share that with you because life is like seasons, and we have really great seasons where the sun is out and things are blooming and things are going well and you're getting productive and your relationships are good. But we also have seasons in life where we struggle. And sometimes those seasons can last for a really long time. And for me, I had a really dark period in my 20s and all through my 20s. I would do something good for a while and then I would self-sabotage with my behaviors and my habits. I would always go back to drinking. I would always turn back to booze and partying when I would start to do something that was really good in my life. Even the first time I went to massage school, I was in my 20s. I was still active duty in the Navy. And I went to massage school and I was doing really well. And then I sabotaged it and I didn't do the part 2 clinicals. Everything I ever started in my life, I would go sabotage it with my behaviors. You want to know why? Because I didn't feel worthy. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that back then. I would have made up some excuse. Oh, I just don't want to do it. I would say, oh, I just don't want to do it. But deep down inside, I really did want to do it. But I would self-sabotage. And I would go and get a fitness regimen. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to change arms. My arm's burning. So I'm going over to the registration to fill up my registration for the campground. I think I forgot to do that. So anyways, I would get in shape and I would really do fitness and do my nutrition, and I would get to a certain body shape and I would look fabulous on the outside, but I hated myself on the inside, and I would go self-sabotage it. And so my routine, I would binge eat cake and ice cream. This is so humiliating for me to tell you these things, but I've got to level with you. I want you to know these things about me, because if you look at my happy videos and I'm running around having the best life, you're thinking, well, she doesn't know how I feel. She doesn't know what I'm going through. Oh, I would love to be like Tarish and have a great attitude, but how can I relate? Well, guess what? I would self-sabotage with booze, with binge eating, all the habits. I've done it all. I've lost myself in relationship with someone else because I would just go and hide out in relationships and not deal with myself and blame the other person for all of my problems. I have had all the patterns, and this is why yoga has been a huge foundational transformation tool in my life, and I just wanted you to know that. So I think it was even after my arrest. I'm not comfortable holding it with my left arm, apparently. Even after my arrest in 2010, I was still doing dumb shit and making big mistakes in my choices based on unworthiness. And it's just part of life. I don't want to come at you and have you think that I have it all figured out, but life is like seasons. There are some seasons where we're like, okay, I'm going, we're chugging along, we're doing it. And then there are other times where you're like, holy gosh, I feel like I am in a dark space and I don't know how to get out. And I'm telling you this because I want you to know this is normal, and people don't talk about it, because if you ask someone how they're doing, they'll be like, I'm fine, oh, I'm good. But no one's really telling you like, hey, I'm really struggling with this, or I'm really struggling with that. And luckily, I get to be in a profession now that I get to really help people and hear what's going on. And we're all going through similar things, maybe at different times. We're all dealing with grief. We're all dealing with transformation that has to be kind of painful because we're letting go of people in our lives. We're dealing with sadness based on the life that we thought we were going to live at one point is no longer, and it's really sad. And then we're also, we have moments of joy and happiness and appreciation. And this is the roller coaster of life where it all kind of comes together and we combine it. Where we can get really stuck, and I've done this a lot, is where we start our self-sabotaging behaviors and then we stay there. I've done that before. So when we have something that we know we're doing, whether it's drinking or being in a bad relationship, if we stay there too long, it becomes our identity. If we stay in, say, a shopping addiction, or if we stay in that eating addiction, binge eating, like that, I've done all these things. If we stay in those behaviors too long, that's when it really becomes really, really hard to get out of it. So I just wanted you to know that I've dealt and had all of these seasonal things that have really made me the understanding person that I am today. And I just want you to know that, yes, I love my life, but it hasn't been an easy road to get to this point. And I know in the future there's going to be seasons of challenge and seasons of loneliness and all of those things. And I kind of look forward to it because now I have the tools based on my yoga practice and the learning how to study myself through journaling. I have the tools now to get up the mountain of the challenge. Whereas when I was getting arrested and all of those things, I just pointed the finger at everyone else and I had no tools. So that's really what the yoga practice has been for me. It's a tool to get through all the seasons of life. And what else did I want to tell you? Oh, I want to tell you this. When I first went into the Navy, I think it was on my second ship, I moved to Italy, and I was in a tumultuous, abusive relationship where we literally beat up each other and we fought each other. And it's so crazy to look back and think about the person that I was then. I was 19. I've done a lot of bad things to people, and we have to forgive ourselves. Forgiveness isn't just for other people, it's for ourselves as well. Excuse me. So if we are constantly judging ourselves for things that we've done in the past, we are going to keep self-sabotaging ourselves because we made a mistake. If you make mistakes in the past and you keep holding on to that storyline of that's who you are not your mistakes. That's something that we did, but that's not who you are. And that's something that I really came to terms with. We all are going to have faults and make mistakes, but that is not who we are. Like, I am not my mistakes. You are not your mistakes. So I mentioned this in a yoga class, and it was powerful for my students. I was in teacher mode then, but now I'm in like, oh, I'm really feeling this. It's self-forgiveness, learning to forgive ourselves for being human, forgive ourselves for making mistakes, and forgive ourselves for being learners, because that's really what the human experience is. We're learning through all the seasons. Okay, I'm going to close this up. If there's anything that you want to share, you can private message me. If there's anything that you think someone else could benefit from reading, please share it in the comments below. And I'm going to link, this is the final day of the 30 for 30 yoga journey with me. You will not regret signing up for this and jumping on. It's 20 minutes of yoga and one journal prompt every day to get to know yourself better. Because when we start to learn about ourselves, we can truly be who we're meant to be in this world. Oh, look, it's a cute little camper. Bye-bye. And I'm not bullshitting you. Yoga literally saved my life. And I don't even want to think about the person I'd be had I not found the practice. So that's where I'm coming from. All right, have a wonderful weekend. It's Easter weekend. Watch out for that candy. I'm not even eating any Easter candy because I am a binge eater and I will get crazy. So you have that Easter egg thing for me, please, okay? I love you so much. And may we forgive ourselves. May we remember that life is seasons, and we will not be in the dark of winter always, and the sun will shine again, and it will keep repeating like that. If you're having a rough time, I'm sending you my heart and compassion. Until next time.